Alright, so this is my first attempt at cutting into solid pieces. Normally I just use existing hollow logs, like the maples and the oaks. They come naturally with these heart rot. But this time, it's actually becoming difficult to get pieces, so now I'm having to go to plan B and just get solid pieces. And I've kind of resisted doing that because it's much more dangerous work when you're doing a plunge cut with your saw. And you're digging all the way down and you just don't know what you're going to meet in there. Sometimes people, like the eco warriors, will drive stakes and nails into trees. And so when an arborist comes along, or a tree cutter, and they start cutting into the wood, that steel or iron or nails or stakes, that can come flying back and cause like serious bodily injury or even death. Look that up, it's pretty dangerous stuff. It's kind of sad people do that, all in the name of saving the planet. Injure and hurt other people, destroy property. That's not what I'm about. When I was a kid, I remember my biology teacher was really keen on gardening, and I went down one morning for a walk. I was about 12 years old, and his garden was completely destroyed, and he was just standing out there just looking at it all. And I asked him, what happened? And he said, well, the kids came through and just destroyed my garden. And he took it very well. But the thing that he said to me that has stuck with me my whole life, he said, it's easy for people to destroy things. And it's a lot more difficult to build and to create. And that's so bloody well true, man. I've been, that stayed with me my whole life. And that's the current state of play with a lot of environmental things. It's like destroy, break down, tear down. Why don't you just make an impact in your local community that's creative, especially when it comes to the environment. Well, just start in your own backyard. Tear up your lawn. Don't use chemicals. Plant fruits and vegetables. Anyway, enough of that. So this cut here that we're doing, this kind of tic-tac-toe cut, one of the downsides to it that I experienced right off the get-go was that once I had completed that grid and the pieces became loose enough, the saw actually rips that spear right into you. So you got to be really careful. And I've got the bruises on my stomach to prove it. I had a couple of them just fire right back in reverse into me. And I tell you what, it hurt. And it cut me as well. It wasn't just bruising, it was cutting. So be careful with this, and also with the saw, when you're doing a dry cut like this, just let the saw go down, let it pull down into the log. Don't force it. Just you'll feel the vibration through your saw. So just don't force it, just let it pull, because you never know what's in there. And these saws are not designed to cut this way, so it's really stressful on the saw, and it really loosens up the chain pretty quickly. Normally you're just cutting log pieces, not doing these kind of plunge cuts. So periodically you have to go in and just and tighten up the chain, because you don't want that being too loose and it coming off. It's a real pain in the ass. One of the great things about doing log hives has been creating community, and I get a lot of people passing by the house and looking at the garden and looking at the log hive and asking questions about it, and I'm like, well, I can bring you a log, and how much is it going to cost? Nothing. I'll just bring you a log. But the only promise that I want from them, to extract from them, is if I give you a log and I bring you bees, then build a garden up, grow fruits and vegetables, put in shrubs and trees.